Mikhail Kobanyahu here. Wanted to first and foremost give all praises and esteem to the Most High. It's kind of dark and dusty, but indeed always giving praises and esteem to Yah. Elohim Abraham Yitzhak Yaakov, to Ruach HaKodesh, as well as to Mashiach Yahushua, to Hashem. Late. Just very excited, but tired. We had a full day today, but tomorrow's going to be my highlight as far as getting out and traveling throughout the country. I'll get to that in a little bit. But today was full, eventful. I'm sorry it's so dark. That's crazy. I don't know why it's so dark. It's usually not that dark, but it's dark. But I'm just going to proceed with this. We traveled today to the Salt Sea, the Live Sea, although it is called the Dead Sea by others. But the sea is truly a blessing. It is rejuvenative. It is a very incredible creation. And Yah is truly a master in all of his works. And this is one of the most beautiful areas of the country. And this is as a result of not only its location and its scenery, but also the waters themselves. The waters are incredible. And last time I came, it was a little chill. But today, the waters were just perfect. You can't really see my facial expressions due to it being a little dark, but yeah, it was just gorgeous. And I just praise Yah for allowing me again to have that opportunity to enter into those waters and to receive the life that those waters give. It was beautiful. Had opportunity to really exfoliate even, so I used it therapeutically as well. Rub some of the salt that's on the bed on my body, and it's incredible because I feel so smooth and soft now. Even when we got out the water, we sat for a while in the sun and got some vitamin D and allowed some melanin to secrete. Um, our skin started getting oily. It was deep, you know what I'm saying? Usually when you go swimming or chlorine or even in like a fresh, water, fresh body of water, fresh water, it's a body of water, you get ashy and stuff. Well, I mean, our feet got ashy because of the salt that was on our feet, so it kind of got white. But man, our skin, our hands, I mean, it was just moisturized, and even right now after taking a shower, I feel so moisturized, and I hadn't even put any shea butter on or anything. But it was a truly wonderful experience. We had a good drive down, got to talk, fellowship, get to know one another a little more. Of course, I'm with my best friend that I've known all my entire life as well. But the brothers that also came up, we got to just, rap with them a taste and just getting, acquainted with one another as brothers in the body. Um, so, yeah, it's beautiful. It's been a beautiful experience just all around. Some funny brothers too, man. I mean, we love y'all, but we also love one another, and we love life, and as a result, it shows in our conversation, it shows in our interaction with one another. And it's exciting, man. It really is exciting to be able to experience this during an appointed time. And again, I brought this up a couple times before, but to be in this land at the appointed time and to present yourself before the Most High and the community of the Most High is, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. All I can say is hallelujah for having the opportunity to fulfill such a commandment, a mitzvot, if you will. And so, getting to the highlight tomorrow, and this is really the again the pinnacle of the whole trip. Tomorrow is going to be getting to Jerusalem, um, and really getting an opportunity to fellowship with Yah and to go to the city where He has chosen His name to be placed eternally, and to present myself in His presence. Well, even though we know His presence isn't on earth because of what our ancestors have done and what has happened in this land. Um, but to just know that I'm going to be in that place where New Jerusalem shall truly exude from. This is going to be the location that all that's going to take place. And we have to understand scripturally the significance of what is known as Jerusalem. And again, this is in refutation, complete refutation historically, uh, according to Torah, and just topographically and geographically, Jerusalem is Jerusalem. It is not Telluride, So I really find problem with people who do those types of things, and mislead our people from the truth of the matter. And then even more, there's no other way to say it, but commit acts of idolatry, um, and things outside of the order of Yah, because we know that there is no temple, there are to be no sacrifices. Even if you are in the relic of a idolatrous location that became a citadel and a fortress, man, all I can say is beware, because Yah does not accept strange offerings. There's really no other way to put that. But nonetheless, um, we have to really seek to become to become one. That's really what I want to say within ourselves first, and then as a collective nation. We have to be humble enough to accept rebuke and righteousness, and to accept judgment according to righteousness. And these are the orders that are going to be required for us to become who Yah has called us to be, a kingdom of priests and a set apart nation. And we have many, many kinks to work out internally and as well as externally. There's a great and mighty work ahead, and it can be done. It can be done. We have to just lose ourself and enter into the spirit of the Torah and become that which the Torah, has purposed us to be, which is Mashiach. That is the true mystery of the scripture. But until we collectively do this by first undergoing an internal transformation, none of this will take place. None of this will take place. And we have to really reckon with the truth of the scripture. So we can get into all the scientific, postulates and all of the metaphysical realities of it. But if it is not transforming us into a moral and righteous people, a set apart kadosh people, then everything is for naught. That is the only way that the covenant will be ever enacted and activated. Otherwise, we're just, playing church. We're playing philosopher. We are not philosophers. We are priests. We are saviors. You can read this in the book of Obadiah, 21st verse. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and extract this jewel from the scripture. And I'm just going to read the whole chapter, one book. It's brief, but it's potent. It's one of them single inoculations that electrocute all viral infections and things of that nature. Obadiah. I was speaking with a brother here from Georgia. He brought this book up. So I'm just going to read this chapter. I may comment on some things, I may not. There's some things that need to be said. There's some things right now that do not need to be said. And let the Spirit discern that. Hallelujah. Obadiah. The vision of Obadiah. This is what the Master Yah said concerning Edom. And I'm just going to say this as I read this, continuing on and focusing on Edom, not focusing, bringing Edom into the scope. Edom and the issue with Edom will resolve itself once we resolve our issues. So we can hoop and holler about Edom all day and Esau all day, what the Edomite is doing all day. But if we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, then it's really pointless, period. We have to be about Abba's business. Edom is playing its role. Are we playing our role? So I'm just prefacing that to get into this here. The vision of Obadiah, this is what the Master Yah said concerning Edom. We've heard a report from Yah, and a messenger has been sent among the nations, saying, Arise, and let us rise up against her for battle. See, I have made you small among the nations. You are greatly despised. The pride of your heart has deceived you, you who dwell in the clefts of the rock, dwelling is who say in your heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though you rise high as the eagle, and though you shall nest among the stars, from there I shall bring you down, declares Yah. If thieves came to you, if robbers by night, how ruined you would have been. Would they not steal till they had enough? If grape gatherers had come to you, would they not leave gleanings? How Esau shall be searched out, his hidden treasures shall be sought out. All your allies send you forth to the border. Your friends shall deceive you and overpower you. They make your bread a snare under you, without you discerning it. In that day, declares Yah, I shall destroy the wise men of Edom, and discernment from the mountains of Esau. And your mighty men shall be discouraged, O Teman, so that everyone from the mountains of Esau is cut off by killing. Because of your violence against your brother Yaakov, let shame cover you, and you shall be cut off forever. In that day that you stood on the other side, in the day that strangers took captive his wealth, when foreigners entered his gates and cast lots for Jerusalem, you also were like one of them. Now, I'm going to pick up here and just comment on this. I just want to read this entire chapter. And again, I want to put the focus on Yaakov, Israel, because this is what this is all about. The entire earth and the order of it is dependent and contingent even on the reality of Israel and what they are doing according to their role or not doing their role. But Jacob lost his inheritance, because of his actions. It wasn't because he was overpowered. It was because he was slack in his responsibility, in his observance of Torah. Let's just be clear. Okay? We were exiled with that, and as a result, the foreigners entered the gates and cast lots for Jerusalem. We know this has happened 4 times. 4 times. 3 really, because Persia didn't really crave and covet Jerusalem. They inherited it and then even gave it back. But after that, the Seleucids under the Grecian Empire, and even contemporarily, the Romans, with this siege and continuous exile, have casted lots for Jerusalem. And we see that even to this very day, prophetically and historically. So continuing on, verse 12, and you should not have looked on your brother's day in the day of his estrangement, nor rejoiced over the children of Yehudah in the day of their destruction, nor made your mouth great in the day of distress, nor have entered the gate of my people in the day of their calamity, nor looked down on their evil in the day of their calamity, nor have seized their wealth in the day of their calamity. So again, we fumbled, okay? And as a result of our fumble, and a lot of people are mad at Esau, you know, and there is some warranting for that. But more significantly, we are not grieved and mourning and upset and discomforted because of what we and our ancestors have done. That's something as if we overlook many, many times. We fumbled. And as a result of our fumble, it was recovered. You can't fault someone for recovering something so precious and something so prized, you know, and then embracing it as their own because of your lack of responsibility. If you think of a marriage, if you're not taking care of your wife, or wives, if you're not taking care of your husband, don't be upset if that person leaves you and finds someone who appreciates and takes care of them and loves them. And this is what this all comes down to. This is about love. You see what I'm saying? This is all about love. And this is what this track, Well Done, is expressing, that we recorded up here, and being a faithful servant. And that does even include being that way towards humanity, and to our community, and to our family, and also to ourselves. And that is all predicated upon our love for Yah. Wind is blowing. So continuing on. So nor have stood at the parting of the way to cut off his fugitives, nor handed over his survivors in the day of distress. 15. For the day of Yah is near upon all the nations. As you have done, it will be done to you. Your reward shall come back on your own head. For as you have drunk on my set apart mountain, so do all the nations drink continually. They draw their sustenance, their life, their energy from Jerusalem. Not Tel Arad, from Jerusalem. Because where the dead body is, there the birds shall gather. There's no nations concerned about Tel Arad. Not one nation on earth is vying for the occupation of Tel Arad. That is a huge sign for those who have eyes to see. If you don't understand that these devils, these heathens, these Gentiles know historically what's what, and they wrestle over it, and they fight, and they kill, and they spill blood over it, it's that deep. And so it should be a no-brainer that that prize plot of real estate is actually what they say it is. Tel Arad is just lying vacant, dormant. When we went up there, we were the only 4 people up there on a day that seemingly, if affairs were to be being taken care of, and this kingdom, this temple, is such a holy location, it would be occupied. Let's just really think about some common sense things. But I'm going to digress. Let me finish and get to the point. Okay. It says, for you, as you have drunk on my set apart mountain, so do all the nations drink continually, and they shall drink and shall swallow, and they shall be as though they had never been. 17. But on Mount Sion, not in Tel Arad, I don't know why I'm really harping this, but there were some things that took place on Pesach that are just frightening. They're frightening what individuals are doing in the name of Yah that is so out of order and so rebellious and so utterly detestable and abominable in Yah's eyes. And people are following this, which shows Israel has always had a rebellious, hard-hearted, uninformed heart, a Torah-less heart, that it completely just provides a witness to what our ancestors were doing in getting exiled from the land. But on Mount Sion there shall be an escape, and they shall be set apart, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. We are reclaiming that which is ours. We are Yahoshua, Ben Nun, and Caleb, who are bringing back good reports. Period. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire. Purify yourselves. Become one. Unify yourselves. Let the light within you shine. Know how to illuminate that light in Torah. I will even say in Mashiach. Receive your anointing. Become that which is the word made flesh. Embody the Torah. Study, learn, grow, become, and share. And they shall burn. Oh, let me go back and read this. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, but the house of Esau for stubble. and they shall burn among them, and they shall consume them, so that no survivor is left of the house of Esau, for Yah has spoken. And they shall possess the south and the mountains with of Esau, and low country with the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Shemaron or Samaria, and Benjamin, and Gilad or Gilead. And the exiles, those who are in the diaspora, those who are in the captivity, those who are in the exile of this host of the children of Israel, possess that of the Canaanites as far as Saraphath. Okay, so there has to be a return. And let's stop thinking of motherships. There's no precedent for that in Scripture. There's never any instance where people are bought from the captivity, be it Mitzrayim, be it Babel, be it Persia, be it Greece, or be it Rome. Well, not Rome, we're still returning from Rome, but none of those precedents, none of those historical events ever had motherships bringing them home. Why would y'all do that now? Why would y'all do that now as opposed to us being faithful to his word and heeding his word and carrying out his word? So let's just use common sense. And I may have a video for something else that my auntie brought to my attention that I'm going to have to definitely speak on and put in order, because we have to get this right as a people. And I'll digress. And again, the exiles of this host of the children of Israel possess that of the Canaanites as far as Saraphath, and the exiles of Yerushalayim who are in Sepharad possess the cities of the south. Now here's what I was talking about. We are saviors. We are Mashiach. In Mashiach. We are Mashiach in Mashiach. Okay, let's be clear. And saviors shall come to the Mount of Sion to judge the mountains of Esau, and the reign shall belong to Yahuwah. Baruch Hashem. Now, bottom line is that we have to become who we are called to be. We have to become the kingdom of priests. We have to become a set-apart nation, a holy nation. Okay? This is what we're called to do. And one of the requirements, and I'm not just saying this because I'm going tomorrow, but we have to be understanding of keeping the Torah and even returning for these pilgrimages. I can't promise I'm going to make all three, but I'm doing my best that I can to engage the commandments, before making Aliyah myself and serving Yah in spirit and in truth. And this is what this comes down to. Serving Yah in spirit and truth and loving one another as ourselves. And so, just really wanted to provide some reflections, some insight, share some of that which, is shared with me and the wisdom gleaned from my experiences up here. It's truly been an amazing experience this past week, a couple of days, and I'm just truly thankful for the mercies of the Most High, really, because I know I'm not worthy of anything. Just being someone who's been of the flesh, and striving to transform that into someone who is of the spirit and walking more according to halakha or the Torah, the right rulings of the Torah. We have to become disciples, and this is part of the process. I do believe as an Israelite, you have to touch ground here. You have to know what the community is like here. You have to know what the land is like. It is essential to our spiritual development. We who are in the captivity are in exile. I mean, just really think about that. You're not in your home. It's like if you're not settled, had a conversation with my aunt this evening, really this morning, because it's almost probably 4 or 5 in the morning almost. But my aunt was like, he's just now getting settled. He's been doing a lot of transitions, and it has not been the same because he's been dependent on some other things as opposed to really finding a way to get more self-determined and self-sustained in being able to contribute to the whole, not just for his sake, but being able to become stabilized himself in order to contribute to the overall organism of what is, here. And so, I mean, it's the same thing with us spiritually. If we do not have any stability, true stability, in a oneness amongst ourselves, then we cannot contribute that to the whole. And we have to be real with ourselves. That's crucial. And so, I mean, it's just a serious time that we're living in, and it's requiring serious people who have a good balance, of course, because Yah expects us to enjoy life and to appreciate life and to celebrate life, you know. That's why these festivals are here, to celebrate life. But, you know, we have to be focused in what is before us. And I know for myself, there's definitely always room for improvement, always room for improvement to get more focused. I mean, from family life to, or personal life to family life to community life, so on and so forth, on and on, into kingdom life. And this is the mindset that we're going to have to start adopting, a kingdom mentality, which encompasses all of those matters ran efficiently and effectively in our life. Playtime is over. It's something we say in our camp, but sometimes we just get so caught up in self, and not transformed, truly transformed into who Yah has called us to be. Now, I've gotten kind of lengthy and long-winded with this, and I'm going ahead and cut it short, but I just wanted to, share that in light of, my experiences here. Prayerfully, if anyone is listening or checking this video out, it has helped in some way. It is encouraged in some way. It has provided some edification and some understanding. Give all praises and esteem to Obadiah. And I just pray that the words I do speak, are understood as being sincere and from the heart and out of love, and wanting to see my people and my nation redeemed, and humanity redeemed ultimately. I'm definitely a humanitarian, I want to see every nation living in harmony. That is so realistic, and I'm just looking even in this land. Of course, you got bad apples, but people here can be more engaging. You know what I'm saying? It's a country where people can be more. I'm not saying everyone is, that they're not, but there's a prospect of that reality here. I think there's a lot of negativity that's portrayed in the media and things that are not always put in balance. And you have to, again, get on the ground for yourself to see for your own self and really see with your own eyes, and understand what the pulse is really like. It presents an entirely different scenario. I do see Arabs and Jews walking around, really not like suspicious and oh my goodness, oh my goodness. You see that here, you do. You see the Palestinians have, homes throughout proper Israel, Tel Arad, Beersheba, and I'm in the southern parts of the country, so you see a coexistence. You see in Hebron, there's a coexistence. I mean, they have issues. Yes, everyone has issues. They handle theirs in a different way, but you look at even in America, I mean, there's a lot of issues there that are being, handled in ways that are completely unacceptable. So again, this is about redeeming humanity, and this is what we have to really understand. We have to go about what's called tikkun olam, preparing the earth or the age. So on that note, let's just be mindful of things that we do. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man, just really reflecting and prayerfully getting, more settled and more focused, to carry forth this work that's before us. So yeah, stay live. Mikael Koban again, all praises and esteem to the Most High, El Elyon, Yahuwah, Baruch Hashem, and to His Son, Mashiach Yahushua, to the Ruach HaKodesh. I'm going to sign off. Lila Tov, Chak Sameach. Shalom, shalom.